Have you ever poured your heart into some brilliant technical work only to watch it just sit there, completely ignored? It's one of the most frustrating feelings in the data world. Well, today we're going to dig into the subtle but super powerful craft moves that separate a data technician from a truly trusted advisor. You know, the person whose work actually gets things done.
So you've got two people here. On one side, the data technician. Their code is spotless, their models are on point, but for some reason, the impact just isn't there. And on the other side, you've got the trusted advisor. They might be using the exact same tools, but their work lands in a totally different way. People use it, it starts real conversations, and it cements their role as a strategic partner.
So the big question is, how do you make that jump? And here's the secret. It's not about grinding harder or learning yet another programming language. It's about mastering a totally different set of skills, the craft of making your data work have a real impact. All right, let's get into the good stuff. We're going to start with 5 specific craft moves that can completely change the game for any data analyst. This is all about turning those raw numbers into a story that actually makes people lean in and take action.
First one up, and this is huge, always pick clarity over flash. I know it's tempting to show off all your cool visualization tricks, but that's not the point. The real goal is to get your audience to the aha moment as fast as humanly possible, with zero friction.
And the difference is just night and day, right? On the left, you've got the anti-patterns, those 3D pie charts, crazy rainbow colors, they just make your brain hurt. The craft move is all about beautiful simplicity. A clean bar chart, a title in plain English that tells you the takeaway, like refunds dropped 12%, and labels right on the chart. I mean, the source material points out this can take the time to understand a chart from 18 seconds down to just 7. That's a huge win.
And here's why that matters. When you prioritize clarity like this, people stop seeing you as just a chart jockey who makes things pretty. They see you as a clear thinker, as a trustworthy storyteller who actually respects their time and intelligence. Okay, craft move number 2 is a legitimate superpower, learning to ask the obvious metric question. Before you write a single line of SQL, you get the key people in a room and make them agree on exactly what active user means. I'm telling you, this one move can save you from months of headaches and rework down the line. And you don't need a massive project to do it. Just use this, the 10-minute metric contract. You literally just walk through these 5 points. What are we calling it? How do we calculate it? What's the time frame? What are we leaving out? And who's the final decision maker on this? Boom. It's that simple, and it stops arguments before they even have a chance to start. This next move is where you get to be a detective. It's about hunting down that one weird, non-obvious outlier, and the key is you don't just delete it and move on. No, you investigate it. You figure out the why, because that why often uncovers a really fascinating hidden story about the business. Check out this perfect example from the source. The data was showing these impossible 5-minute deliveries. It looked like a total glitch, but a really sharp analyst dug in and found the root cause. The clock on one single career's device was set wrong. Finding that didn't just clean up the data, it actually fixed a problem in the real world. That's impact. Our 4th move is all about showing some empathy. It's about adding those tiny little interactions to your dashboards or reports that just feel magical to the person using them. It could be as simple as adding the one filter they always ask for, or maybe pre-filtering a dashboard to show their specific region by default. It's a tiny bit of technical effort for a massive return in trust. Because when you do that, the message you're sending is crystal clear. I hear you, I see how you work, and I'm building this for you. That kind of thing builds incredible goodwill and makes people actually excited to use the tools you build. And the final analyst move, and honestly, maybe the most powerful of them all, is to frame your results as decisions, not just numbers. Don't just show up and say, hey, refunds are up. You have to connect that data to a specific, actionable recommendation and be clear about the trade-offs. And the absolute best way to do this is with the 3-line summary. It's simple. First, what changed? Refunds spiked 25%. Second, so what? This is costing us £40,000, mostly from late-night orders. And third, the crucial part. Now what? Let's test adding 2 more riders in Zone C after 10 p.m. You see the difference? It goes from being an interesting fact to a concrete plan. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the data engineer. Their craft is often invisible, which is a shame because it's the bedrock everything else is built on. Their work is what takes a data practice from a state of total chaos to one of clear, reliable contracts. The first engineering craft move is idempotency. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea is simple and absolutely critical. It just means you can run a job over and over again, and you'll get the exact same result every time. No duplicate data, no corrupted files. When a pipeline breaks at 2 in the morning, this is what lets you fix it without making things worse. And the payoff for your reputation here is massive. You become known as a safe pair of hands. When your name pops up on the on-call alert, people breathe a sigh of relief, not a gasp of panic, because they know your systems are built to recover gracefully. Next up, using names that read like a contract. We've all seen the anti-pattern, right? A file called data_final_v3_new. It's just chaos. It tells you nothing. The craft move is a name like FCT Daily User Sessions. It's clear, it's descriptive, it tells you exactly what to expect. This isn't just about being neat. It makes your entire data system self-documenting. Here's another move, writing logs that actually tell a story, instead of just being a wall of random text. When you create structured, contextual logs, the impact is something you can literally measure. Look at this. The average time it takes to fix an incident plummets from 45 minutes all the way down to 12. That's huge. And there are so many of these other invisible wins. Things like building in rollbacks and feature flags so you can ship new code with confidence. Or right-sizing latency, choosing the right speed for the business need, not just chasing the real-time hype. Or adding tiny little data quality tests that prevent massive disasters. Each one of these adds another brick to that foundation of professionalism. So let's zoom out and pull this all together. These individual craft moves, whether you're an analyst or an engineer, they aren't just about being good at your job technically. They are, quite literally, the building blocks of your professional reputation. You can draw a straight line from the craft to the reputation. When you master clear visuals and metrics, people say, I can trust their numbers. When you use action-oriented framing, they say, they help us actually make a decision. Your reliable pipelines earn you the reputation of being reliable under pressure. It's a direct connection. And underneath all of these individual moves is a core mindset. It's a relentless, almost obsessive focus on clarity. It's having deep empathy for the people who have to use your work. It's treating reliability as your non-negotiable foundation. And most importantly, it's a deep commitment to driving business outcomes, not just shipping technical projects. So, as we wrap up, the real question for you isn't if you should adopt these practices, but which one are you going to start with? Just pick one. Seriously, just one of these moves we talked about and make it your focus this week. That single, deliberate step is how you start the journey from technician to trusted advisor.